Okay, let's solve these questions. Here question number is just based on manipulation. Question number 2 also easily you can solve. Question number 3 also, right? Question number 4 also just based on formula. There is a formula that is uh, 2 tan inverse x. So this is equals to, in terms of sine, that is sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. Another formula for 2 tan inverse x is cos inverse 1 minus x square and 1 plus x square. So these two formula you can use in question number 4. For question number 5 also just based on concept. So it is asking domain, that is -1 to 1, right? So again, first question from this level 1. So the question is find the domain of log of sine inverse x, right? Here first of all, this quantity sine inverse x should be greater than, not equal to, only greater than 0. So as you know, range of sine inverse x is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? So here that means for the given question, range only should be between 0 to pi, right? 0 is also not acceptable. And when you will get this range from this sine inverse x, so as you can draw the graph also, this is the graph, right? So this sine inverse x should give a positive value. So when this sine inverse x is positive, so that means this graph is valid. So yeah, 0 is also not acceptable, each graph is acceptable. So when you are getting this function and you are getting this from 0 to 1, so here definitely x will belongs to 0 to 1 not included. So within this range, this sine inverse x will lie from between 0 to pi by 2, and from 0 to pi by 2 this log will be defined. So here you can see, yeah, first option is correct. Now second question, principal value, just this is directly based on formula sine 2 pi by 3. That means here this x should lie between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, but it is not lying in this interval, so you can manipulate this. So also you can write down this as sine pi plus pi by 3. So this angle is lying on which quadrant? Pi plus, that means in third quadrant, right? No, we have to use here negative sign here, pi minus pi by 3, then only you will get 2 pi by 3. So this will lie in second quadrant. In second quadrant, sine is positive, so sine, this will give sine of sine pi by 3. Now this angle is lying between minus pi by 2 pi by 2, so you can directly write down pi by 3, right? Yes. So the next question is, yes, this one. Yeah, directly this is based on formula. Question number 4 directly based on formula. Apply the formula. Question number this 5. Yes, question number 5 also, here you can just write down this as sine inverse x by 5 plus this, you can again write down sine inverse 4 by 5, that is equals to pi by 2. This cos inverse x is given here. So yeah, if we use formula here directly, or also see, I'm thinking if we can solve without using formula, then what we can do this one. See, if I write down this as pi by 2, if I write this expression as pi by 2 minus sine inverse 4 by 5. So here sine inverse x by 5 equals to this pi minus this value. So for these type of equations, for this expression, you can write down sine inverse x by 5 equals to, this is cos x actually, so cos inverse of 4 by 5, right? Now you can use the formula. right? So this will be equals to cos inverse 1 root of 1 minus x square, right? So that means root of 1 minus x square by 25 equals to 4 by 5. So here 1 minus x square by 25 is equals to 4 by 16 by 25. So this will become x square by 25 equals to 1 minus 16 by 25, and x square by 25 equals to 9 by 25. So value of x is plus minus 3 here, right? So what was the question? Question number 5. We were solving question number 5. So B option you can see here. This B option is correct, right? Now question number I think 4 also is there. Yeah, 4 is directly based on formula. Okay. Or also like question number 5, you can solve question number 4. Just send this towards right side, this expression sine inverse, right? Send this expression sine inverse is given here towards right side, and then pi by 2 minus sine inverse 4 by x, you can write on cos inverse 4 by x, right? Also you can take sine inverse x, sine inverse both side, then you can use directly formula. So if you take sine inverse both side, then also sine x both side, right? Sine x, so take sine x both side. So by that way also you can solve. Otherwise this is just based on sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. Now next question number 5 is completed. Question number 4. So in the question number 4, directly you can observe the thing here, sine inverse x minus x square by 2 plus x square by 4 plus cos inverse, same thing is given, right? X square minus x by 4, x raised to 6 by 6, right? This is equals to pi by 2. As you know, this and this, when both are same, x and n, then only sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. That means this x minus x square by 2 plus x, this was x cube by 4. If these values are just same as x square x by 4 plus x raised to 6 by 6, then only you will get pi by 2. So when both equations are same, if you put x equals to 1, you will get same value both side. That means x equals to 1 is the correct option. B option is correct here. So range of sine inverse x plus cos inverse x plus tan inverse x. So range means tan inverse x is an increasing function, right? And sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is exactly pi by 2. So pi by 2 plus tan inverse x. So this is the graph of tan inverse x, right? This is pi by 2 and this is minus pi by 2. If I add pi by 2 in this graph, the new range, that is tan inverse x, you will get as, because tan inverse x is between minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So you will get value here 0 to pi. If you will add pi by 2 both side in minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, here add pi by 2 both side, you will get answer as 0 to pi, right? So here what is the range is given? Yes, D option is correct. Question number 5 is also we have discussed in the class also, right? So see sine inverse sine sine 5, that means this x should belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This x should belong to minus pi by 2 pi by 2, and here 5 is not lying between this interval, so you can use the formula also, sine pi minus pi plus something, sine 2 pi minus 2 pi plus something, right? Also you can draw the graph. So the graph of sine inverse sine x is this one, the graph of sine inverse of sine x, right? And this value is pi, this value is 2 pi. right? So 5 is around near about this 2 pi. 2 pi is 6 point something, so 5 will lie somewhere here, right? That means this line is x minus 2 pi. So 5 minus 2 pi is the answer, and value of x is 2 pi. Value of x is 5. So 5 minus 2 pi will be the answer. Also, if you want to use the formula, see, sine inverse sine. So if you write down 2 pi minus 5, so 2 pi minus 5 will lie between pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So in place of this one, if you write down 2 pi minus 5, right? What is 2 pi minus 5? So 2 pi here minus something, it is lying in this interval. But in this interval, sign is negative. That's why we have to put here one negative sign here. That negative sign you can set inside this number. So this will become sine 5 minus 2 pi. This is the answer. So here directly you can write down 5 minus 2 pi. Next 5, question number 9. 9 also is given x into 3 minus x greater than equals to 2. So just multiply this one. 3x minus x square greater than equals to 2. So this also can be written as x square minus 3x minus 2 less than equals to 2. So if you factorize this, you will get two factors, x minus 1 and x minus 2 less than equals to 0. So here you will get an interval from 1 to 2, right, between the root, because it is less than 0 and quadratic equation is there. Again the equation is given here, sine inverse x plus sine inverse x. We need to find value of this up to sine inverse x raised to 10. As you can see, what is the domain of sine inverse x? Here minus 1 to 1. So only one value is satisfying here. That means exactly if x is only 1, then this equation will be true. So that means x equals to 1 will satisfy both the equations. So if you put x equals to 1 here, you will get pi by 2 and pi by 2 like pi by 2. So you are getting 10 times pi by 2. So this is 5 pi. Right? Again next question, that is 2 cos inverse, you can write down 2 times cos inverse x plus cos inverse x. So cos inverse x plus cos inverse x plus sine inverse x equals to 11 pi by 6. So these two will become pi by 2. So here cos inverse x equals to 11 pi by 6 minus pi by 2. So that is equals to 11 pi minus 9 pi by 6. Sorry, 3 pi. So that is 9 pi by 6. This is equals to 3 pi by 2. But cos inverse only will give from 0 to pi. And this is greater than 0 to pi, right? So this is not possible. So here x belongs to, for this equation there is no solution. Question number 11, right? So 1 minus 1 plus x square, it is equals to actually tan inverse x, right? Also you can use triangle rule if you forget the formula. So sine, this is actually theta. So this is suppose sec inverse 1 plus x square, and this 1 plus this is equals to hypotenuse upon base. So 1 plus x square, this is hypotenuse, 1 is base. Here you can write down divided by 1. So 1 is the base. So if you find this perpendicular, you will get as x, right? So perpendicular will be here x. So based on this situation, you can find tan inverse x. So tan inverse x will be equals to x by 1, that is x. So like this way, this is tan inverse x cos x. Yes, this is also tan inverse y. And this also you can write down cot inverse 1 by z, you can write down tan inverse z. This is equals to 3 pi. So only possible when tan inverse is pi, tan inverse y is also pi, tan inverse z is also pi. So here, what is the value of x? So you can see the graph also. When tan inverse x is 1, pi. So see, this is equals to 3 pi. But tan inverse is lie only between 0 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So that means how we will get 3 pi. Okay. So that means we have to check once again these equations. This is cosec inverse 1 plus y square by 1. Let me check this once again. Cosec inverse 1 plus y square by y. So if we again do triangle rule, and we can substitute also here in place of y. So cosec is hypotenuse upon this perpendicular. So square this and subtract this, you will get here y 1. So this base as 1. So what is the value of tan inverse y? That is yes, tan inverse y, we will get value of tan inverse as y. Yes, this y by 1. Okay. So now what is the problem here? This is 3 pi. Okay, see, we need to find this x plus y plus z. But again there is some problem in the question. So do one thing. I think this should be pi. In place of 3 pi, this number should be here pi. Let's check once again. Three pi. Definitely this will give minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If we take here maximum values of these angles, then also how much we will get? Pi by 2. This also pi by 2. This also pi by 2. That means here this 3 pi by 2 is not possible, but pi only is possible. Pi possible, but 3 pi not possible. So see here. Suppose if I am taking here tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z equals to pi. Right? If this is true, then we can take tan inverse both sides. So if we take tan inverse both sides, so we will get here, or we can take tan theta both sides, not inverse. So tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z equals to tan pi. Tan pi is 0. So this you can write down x plus y plus z as we discussed in the class, this formula xyz upon 1 minus xy minus yz minus zx. So this is equals to 0. So here you will get x plus y plus z equals to xyz. This also you have to memorize. Okay, if you memorize this will be very easy. Now question number 12. Question number 12. Hello. Yes, कौन? जी बताएं. Yes. Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Where? From where you are calling? I will call you after 1 hour. Yeah. Okay. Yes, now question number, well, the question is sine inverse x whole square plus cos inverse x whole square. We need to find minimum value of this one. So to find minimum value, so just see, there is a formula for a square b square. We can write down a plus b is whole square minus 2ab, minus 2ab. This we can write down. So here for this type of expression, suppose we are writing this sine inverse x plus cos inverse x whole square minus 2ab, that is sine inverse x into cos inverse x, right? So this will become pi by 2 whole square minus, for this expression, suppose if we write down 2 times, in place of cos inverse x, if I write down sine inverse x and pi by 2 minus sine inverse x, and we are supposed to find I think minimum value. Yes, minimum value. So this is equals to pi by 2 minus, if we multiply this, we can write down this as 2 times sine inverse x into pi by 2 minus plus. So 2 sine inverse x whole square, right? This one. Okay, so this is pi square by 4. So pi square by 4 minus, this will become minus pi by 2 minus 2 times sine inverse x plus 2 times sine inverse x whole square. So now we can convert this expression into perfect square. So this is pi square by 4 minus pi by 2. I think I am right. No, this was product, right? So here multiplied by pi by 2. So this 2 will get cancelled out. So here we will get minus pi times sine inverse x plus here 2 times sine inverse x whole square. Now we need to convert this into a perfect square. So pi by 4, here suppose 2 multiplied and divide by 2. So we will get a number here, that is sine inverse. Again, what we can do for this expression, because 2 is also here. See, this expression was 2 getting cancelled out here, right? I am multiplying this with these numbers, pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. So here this will become pi times sine inverse x plus, this will become 2 times sine inverse x whole square, right? Yeah, this is pi square by 4 minus, if I take minus common, this is enough. So if I write down this expression as 2 times sine inverse x whole square minus pi times sine inverse x. Now we have to convert this into perfect square. So to make this perfect square, I have to multiply divide by 2, because this term should become 2ab, right? So here suppose this is our b, this is b, and this is a. Yes. So pi square by 4 plus, so one thing again, because 2 is also here, coefficient of sine inverse x square 2 is there. So 2 I am taking common, then this will become sine inverse x whole square minus 2 is going outside, so that's why I have to multiply divide by 2 again. So that way this will become pi by 4. So here sine inverse x, right? Now this we have to convert into perfect square. Pi square by 4 plus, so 2 times this I can write down sine inverse x, and here minus is pi by 4. This was pi by 4, and I am multiplying by 2 and dividing by 2. So this will become pi by 8. So pi by 8 whole square. Again, so for that one we have to add and subtract something. So I am adding here, I am adding this p square pi square by 8 and subtracting also pi square by 8. So whatever we are adding means pi square by 8, that will be included in this perfect square. Only minus part will be left here. So this is pi square by 4 minus pi square by 8 plus 2 times sine inverse x minus pi by 8. So for minimum value of this expression, this whole square will become 0. So the minimum value is pi square minus pi square by 8. So this is 2 into 2. So we will get pi square by 8. This is the answer. This whole square will become 0 because yes, sine inverse x is equals to pi by 8 for some values of x. Pi by 8 here 15 and 15 degree. Now next one. So the question number is 13. Cot inverse x square minus 7 times cot inverse x plus 10 greater than 0. So directly we can factorize this. So we will get two factors here, cot inverse x minus 7 and 3. That means 5 2s are 10, 5 plus 2 7. So tan inverse minus 5, cot inverse minus 5 into cot inverse x minus 2 greater than 0. Right? So here there are two factors. So we have to consider some cases here. If cot inverse x minus 5, because here greater than is sign is there, so for greater than you will get answer. Suppose if I take this one as capital X, so capital X. So for any quadratic equation, if greater than equal to sign is there, if greater than sign is there, answer will be beyond the rule. So here cot inverse x will belong to minus infinity to first root, that is here 2, that is 2 not minus 2, union 5 to infinity, union 5 to infinity. Right? Now we have to find values of x within this one. So let's draw the graph of this one also. This is line, that is y equals to pi. This is 0 and this is pi by 2. So the graph of cot inverse is this one. So where is 2? Cot inverse is equals to 2. This is 1.57. So suppose 2 is here. Right? But cot inverse x will never give between 5 to, will never, yes, this will never become 5 to infinity, because maximum value is pi, that is 3.14. So this value is not possible. So only this graph is possible, that is here 2 and 2 to this pi. Right? So value of cot inverse x will lie between 2 to 5. Just once again. No. Minus infinity. Cot inverse x is lying between minus, no, that means less than, not greater than. So not this one. So less than this one. That means minus infinity to 2. My cot inverse minus infinity to 2 only, right? 2 is not included. So see all range of this minus infinity to 2 also not included. So only 0 to 2 possible. 0 included. So that means this one graph. This one line on y-axis. So this graph is acceptable. Graph is open this point to this graph. This graph is acceptable. Right? And this graph is lying between 0 to 2. So as you can see, the graph is decreasing. So what is cot inverse 2? So if cot inverse x is 2, then x will be equals to cot 2. So here the point is, just 1 second, because we are getting here negative x, but this x should be negative, that is minus cot 2, right? Minus cot 2 to minus cot, this is minus cot 2, right? So minus cot 2 to 0. So x will lie between minus cot 2 to 0. 0 included. So here 0 we cannot include because it will never give. For 0 is included. For x 0 is included. 0 included. No. For value is 0 to, yes, 0 to 2. This is the this value of 0 to 2 is lying on y-axis. For this value of cot, what is the value of x? So value of x will lie on x-axis. So this is the value of y, the value of x. So minus this point to infinity. Yes, infinity. So cot 2 included? No. This is cot 2 is not included. This is the point. So here, but here we are getting positive cot 2. Cot 0 and cot pi, we are getting negative 2. Let me think once again. See, minus infinity to 2, 5 to infinity. Yes, this is correct. This is also correct. So I think this option is correct, but minus sign should be there. D option. In the option D, cot 2, minus cot 2 should be there. Because for this value 2, this is the value of cot. This is the value of cot. That means cot, value of cot belongs to between minus infinity to 2. But cot only will give between 0 to pi. Right? This open interval 0 to pi. So open interval 0 to pi, where is 2? So 2 will lie somewhere here. This is pi 3.4, 2, this is 1.5, this is 2. It is saying cot inverse is less than 2 up to minus infinity. So that means cot inverse will not give up to minus infinity. So it will give up to 0 only. So between 0 to 2, both not included. On this line, which value of x we are getting? This value of x. From this point to this point. So this one is the correct answer. So D1 is correct, but you have to put minus sign here. Okay, now question number next 14. Question number 14. 14 already we have discussed. This sine inverse x. See 5 pi square by 2. That means these should give, some function should give maximum value. So this sine inverse a will give pi by 2. Cos inverse x can give pi. Like this cosec inverse also will give pi. So pi by 2 plus pi plus pi. Cosec inverse will be pi by 2. So take a square of this one. If you will add, you will get 5 pi square by 2. So simply like this you can solve. Question number 15. Ax square plus sine inverse x square minus 2x plus 2 plus cos inverse x square minus 2x plus 2 equals to 0. Right? Has a real solution is, okay, we need to find solution. So now, okay, the value of it we need to find out here. So let's factorize this. See, first we need to find value of x, for which both are true. So let's factorize this equation. So this is x, 2 is here. So first find out discriminant of this one. D is equals to 4 minus 4 into, this this is always positive. This equation is always positive, right? So when these two equations, because here as you know there is a formula, sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2, right? But here x should belongs to -1 to 1. So let's check. Let's put here some value between -1 to 1 whether these are same or not, because expression is same. Like if we put x equals to 1 to any value, or also we can find its minimum value. Its minimum value, that is minus d by 4a. So minus 4 by 8 minus 4 that will be plus divided by 4a, 4 into 1. So that is 1. Its minimum value, that is minimum value only satisfied. Right? When this value is 1, we need to find value of x also. That is minus d by 2a. Minus d by 2a. You will get this minimum value. So if d is 2, 2 will become 4. 4 divided by 2 into 1. So this is 2. 2 to the 4. So x equals to 2, both are same. So now put a into 2 square. You can put this value of x. So a 2 square plus this will give pi by 4, pi by 2 equals to 0. So a is equals to minus pi by 2 divided by 4, that is 8. That is 4. So minus pi by 4 to the 8 is the answer. Minus pi by no option is wrong. So minus pi by 8 is the answer. Right? So for x equals to 2, both will give as 1 1. So one thing, sine inverse 1 is sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. This will 0. So pi by 2. I am also here taking pi by 2. Right. So this is the answer. Now 16. When cos inverse x equals to tan inverse x, when both are same, you can go with the options also. So here these values are given. Okay, that means we need to solve here. If we solve, then only we will get this type of value. So you can do one thing, you can convert this cos into tan inverse x. So cos is base upon hypotenuse. So this perpendicular will become 1 minus x square root over this. So that means 1 minus x square root of this equals to x. Now solve this. 1 minus x square equals to x square. So here 2x square is equals to 1. No. This is divided by x also. So now square it both sides. Tan will give perpendicular upon base. So then it will be same. So 1 minus x square equals to x raised to 4. So here x raised to 4 plus x square minus 1 equals to 0. Now find x square. X square, you will get some extra solution, right? That's why we have to check which one is applicable, which solution is applicable here. So that is minus b minus 1 plus minus b square minus 4ac 1 minus plus 4ac, both are 1, divided by 2. So minus 1 plus minus root 5 divided by 2. So only positive solution will be applicable, because here we need to find root also. X is equals to 1 plus minus root 5 divided by 2. This is x square. X is equals to plus minus this one. So x is equals to, yes, squared form is given there. So this first option is correct. As you can see, we are getting root 5 minus 1 divided by 2. Right. Next one. This 17 is easy. You can find solve by some using manipulation or using graph also you can solve. Question number 18. Cot inverse n by pi greater than pi by 6, right? So here you can use the graph for this one. this you can consider as x. So what is the graph of this cot in, no, this is cos, and here cot is given. So the graph of cot inverse x is this one. This is pi by 2. Here pi by 6 is given. Suppose here pi by 6 is there. So now draw the vertical line. This is intersecting here. When cot inverse x is equals to pi by 6. So if pi by 6 means 30. If x is equals to 1, sorry, x is root 3. So this point is actually root 3. For x equals to root 3, both will be same. That means the intersection of these two graph is root 3, right? So question is, this should be greater. So on which portion graph of cot inverse x is greater? So in this portion. So here x belongs to from minus infinity to root 3. The cot inverse x is greater than. So what we need to find? We need to find maximum value of n. So here n by pi is given as root 3. Right? N by pi is root 3. Here n belongs to integer. Right? So n is equals to root 3 times pi. That is equals to 1.7 into 3.14. So 17 3s are 51 something. So maximum this should be less than, n should be less than this value, less than that will be 5 point something. So definitely n will be equals to 5 because n should be integer and n is less than 5.1. That means after before 5.1 you will get 5 integer as 5. So 5 is the answer, right? So next question is tan inverse x is greater than cot inverse x. Question number 19. You can solve this using graph also, and you can use this you can convert this cot inverse x pi by 2 minus tan inverse x also. Two methods are there. Suppose I am using the graph. This is cot inverse x graph, and for tan inverse x graph draw like this. This is minus pi by 2, this is minus pi. So here tan inverse x is greater than, that means this is pi by 4, this is 1, right? So not including this point. So from 1 to infinity tan inverse will lie above this cot inverse x. So from 1 to infinity this tan inverse x is greater than this one, least integral value of x. So here but 1 is not included here, as you can see equal to sign is not there. That means least integer will be 2. So 2 is the answer. Other first is easy, first you can solve easily. Question number 2. Domain of, this one is also easy. If you have followed X lecture, every lecture, then this one is also easy. So that means root 2x should be less than or equals to minus 1. And x is under the root, yes. So that means this root cannot be negative, so it will be greater than 2x less than equals to 1. You can take a square both sides, you will get same value. So root will get cancelled out. So x is less than equals to 1 by 2, greater than 0. This is the answer. So 0 to 1 by 2, I think C option is correct. Fourth is also just based on formula. You have to use some manipulation, then you can use the formula. Fifth also, third also, fourth also, fifth also. Right, in the question number 5th, try to convert this sine inverse x into cos, into cot, this tan inverse x into sine. Then you can compare both sides. Right, this question number 6. Sine inverse log x square by 2 with base 2. Again this value should lie between minus 1 to 1. And x square by 2 should be greater than 0. So x should be greater than 0. Right, now see here, log x square by 2, this log base 2 x square by 2 should be less than equals to 1, greater than equals to minus 1. Right, so now you can solve this log. Base is, as base is greater than 1, so you can write down x square by 2 same inequality less than equals to 2 raised to 1. So you will get x square less than equals to 4. So here x will lie between, because less than is there, so minus 2 to 2. As x belongs to 0 to x is greater than 0, that means x will lie between 0 to 2. This is another solution. Now solve this one. X square by 2 is greater than equals to minus 1 is raised to. So x square by 2 will be greater than equals to 2 raised to minus 1. So x square will be greater than equals to, here 2 to the cancel or 1. So x will be minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. X should be positive number, that means 1 to infinity, 1 to infinity and 0 to 2. So this is the answer. 1 to 2 is the answer. Okay.